Hey guys, people have been asking for a very long time for us to do a video about shopping malls in Japan. So we haven't actually covered the topic before because they're not usually much different from shopping malls in Europe or in pretty much anywhere else around the world. Sort of internationalism has sort of made a lot of stuff like this the same, really, pretty well anywhere you travel. The only difference being, of course, that in a Japanese shopping mall you'll get Japanese owned shops and Japanese companies, but the actual mall itself is not really much different from what you'll experience anywhere else around the world. But our job is to cover what's in Japan, and people keep asking about the shopping malls, so here we are cruising a shopping mall so you can see for yourself. So it's a fair call, it's a fair question too, I think, from people wanting to see what they look like. And I've told them before, oh, it looks like pretty well anywhere in the world, and they'll say, oh, we want to see it though. And that's fair enough. And we've said this before about our videos. It's not really our job to only show you stuff that's in Japan and not anywhere else. It's not our job to decide what things are totally unique to Japan and only show you those things. Our channel isn't called the Only in Japan channel, it's called the Japan channel. So basically it's our job to show you what's in Japan. If it happens to also be the same in another country or in all other countries or whatever, it doesn't really matter. We don't really see that as being relevant, because then I often think that when someone leaves a comment and says, oh, it's the same in my country, I often feel like asking that person, did you know that before you watched this video? So there'll be people watching this thinking, oh, it's just the same as it is in our country, but before you watched this video, did you know that Japanese malls are the same as they are in your country? So that's our whole motivation, is to make videos about what's in Japan, so then you know what's in Japan. That's what we're about. So please guys, next time you see somebody leaving a comment saying we've got the same thing in our country, that's not only Japan, you can answer them for us, will you? Give them an answer. They know that the channel's called the Japan channel. They are just showing us what's in Japan. That department store there's Aeon. That's one of the biggest department store chains in Japan, one of the big ones. You find them all over the place. So it's not super busy. This is in the middle of a working day, so not super busy. Mainly mum's shopping. So here's it's like a food, not a food court, it's like a food aisle or food, what do you call it? I don't know, a bunch of food places here together. See all the plastic food in the window? People looking at it, trying to decide what they want to eat, or whether they want to eat there or not. So I've showed you the plastic food before, I think on the food and eating playlist. We actually showed you where you can buy plastic food on the English Friendly Japan playlist. If you want to buy yourself a sushi keyring or a deep fried shrimp keyring, which is one of my favorites. Bit more plastic food there. Looking yummy. So you guys can see how clean it is, can't you? Perfectly normal, exactly like it always is, immaculately clean. That might be a difference between Japan malls and malls in other places around the world, I guess. No litter and no graffiti. Nice, isn't it? So this is the food court. That was just a bunch of restaurants downstairs. This is actually the food court. There's Mr. Donuts, guys. No need to show you the Mr. Donuts stuff because I already did that on the food and eating playlist. Look at the ceiling in here. See the sky and the clouds drawn on the ceiling? Cool. Baskin Robbins. Or 31 they call it in Japan. The sign says Baskin Robbins, but people refer to it as 31 because of the 31 flavours, you know. Baskin Robbins 31. So you can see a good mix there of Japanese food and Western food. There's takoyaki restaurant there, and there's ramen, and there's on the other side there's Lotteria, which that's also on the food and eating playlist. Lotteria is the hamburger place. Not the best hamburgers in the world, guys, just between you and me. You can see that on that other playlist. On the food and eating playlist you can see the Lotteria burger. Not the best in the world, just quietly. Nice bright sunny summer's day it was. Bookshop. Pretty good bookshop, that one. No English in there. most bookshops you don't have English. If you go to the big cities, you'll find they have English sections. I mean, that big ones like that, big bookshops like that will have some kids books, ABC type kids books, you know. A is for apple, B is for banana. You'll get occasional book like that in there, but you know, no novels, no English newspapers, nothing like that. The only place you're likely to get them in Japan is if you go to a big city and go to a big city bookshop like Maruzen or one of those. Again, on the English Friendly Japan playlist, guys, on the English Friendly Japan directory, you will find English friendly bookshops in Japan. They do exist, but yeah, Tokyo, Kyoto, Nagoya, Osaka, places like that. Nice bright and airy shopping mall, isn't it? There's a shop coming up here you've seen before on the Japanglish playlist. Look, guys, Starvations. Starvations. Yes, it's a clothes shop called Starvations. Certainly deserved to be on the Japanglish playlist, didn't it? So Toys R Us, you guys will recognise that from your own local shopping mall probably. Big shoe shop. Useland, look. I should put that on a Japanglish video. It's not on a Japanglish video. Useland is a game center, or a gay-sen, as it's often called in Japan. Gay-sen, gay center. If you guys are interested, we might do a tour of the gay-sen sometime. Showing you bits and pieces from game centers on which playlist, guys? On the Fun Parks and Game Center playlist, I think it's called. We've got some stuff from the gay sens, but we might do a tour of that gay sen if you're interested. That's a good shop, that one in front of us there. All sorts of weird and wonderful stuff in there. So there we go. We did a big circle of the first floor, did a big circle of the second floor. Now I'll go back down to the first floor and head on outside. So there you are, finally guys, a shopping mall, and they're pretty much all like that, pretty much. So there you go, we've answered the question. That's what a Japanese shopping mall looks like. More videos coming soon.